whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus.
Sziasztok! Ismét itt, és ez pedig az elemvég lenne. Immáron már a 4. fejezet? Szerintem igen.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
This
corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
Oh, egy Xbox 360. Nagyszerű. És a kábelei. Hol vagyunk? Eddig még szerintem nem jártunk itt.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Errefelé nem lehet elmenni. Gyerünk. Persze, hogy követem. Csak előbb még teszek egy kis kitérőt. Na.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you.
Szóval most be akarják magyarázni nekem, hogy nem is rabolták el ezt az elészt, hanem...
He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Ott fönt, mintha láttam volna a termoszt. Nem? Valószínűleg csak ezt a kilincset láttam. Na mindegy. Na tehát éppen be akarják ennek az államnak magyarázni, hogy ez az Alice már rég meghalt. Na. Vagy napóra. De tuti. tovább kövessem.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could
Ah,
see
Thomas
Mirror
said that
Peak
is-
on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way, follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you
Hát
don't
ezt
want
tényleg
to
nem
admit
akarom
that you're not
elfogadni.
well?
Szóval
It's very
kicsit
natural for you to
hihetetlen
think
ez az
of me as
egész.
your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him
After all,
talk.
I'm the
Hartman
one
obviously
trying to
loved his
bring
own
you out of
voice.
the world
His
you've
words
constructed
echoed
for
madly
yourself.
inside my head.
But I can't
I dug
do
my
it for
nails into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You need to
focused.
work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery.
Jaj, remélem lesz némi akció is ebben a részben, szóval ez nem csak ebből fog állni.
Come along. Let's go inside.
Jaj. Mit légsz?
Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Cica, cica.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson,
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, okay. Sorry. Boo.
Köszönöm, hogy ház lesz, hogy
we're actually
Vagy
making
inkább
some
attól
progress.
kezelik az
I'm
ilyen
happy to say.
nem
He
is
works
annyira
on
őrülteket.
video
Elbow strike.
games.
Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
Get 'em
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Ó. Helyes. Mit olvassak meg ezt?
Alan, please, this way.
Csönd már, olvasok. Na. Még ilyet.
Come, Alan, this way.
Na, mi van? Hmm. Hová kövessem? Vagy mi
You
van?
might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
És most megint rá akarnak venni arra, hogy írjak. Tehát...
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm. I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a... How should I put this? A heavy metal
Szerintem ők voltak
band
az
in
első
the
epizódban
70s
azok
and
a,
80s called Old
hogy
Gods
mondjam,
of
egy
Asgard.
kis kávézóban.
They even adopted new first
Pont egy
names
asztalnál
to
ültek
complete
akkor
the
is.
image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark. Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best.
Mindig azt akarják, hogy írjon. Ez gyanús. Még az a emberrabló is. Arra próbáltam rávenni,
Oh, he'd love to
hogy
fish
fejezze
out
be a
our
művét.
secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words, clearing up. Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Na, most hová menjek?
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha.
Jó.
It's got me looking after Wade.
Something's
here, but
wrong.
holler if they get too
I'm
rowdy.
not myself.
I'll do that, Birch.
It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to
Hát
get
van
the
első,
story
hogy ebben
points
a
and
részben nem
destroy
lesz
the
olyan túl sok
control.
akció. Jó. Ó,
Hartman
egy
had mentioned that
generátor.
the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room.
Hartman wanted me to
can get
write.
to your room
I
at
knew
those
I couldn't,
stairs, Wake.
but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Micsoda festő cuccok. Nem oda kell bemennem? Vagy ide? Ahol van.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody, calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we?
Tehát le kellene mennem.
Unraveling fast, aren't they?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult diapered ass. Since you're so
Ja.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them.
Now,
For a
Mrs.
moment,
Wake,
I couldn't
can you
believe
tell
it.
me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swim.
Ez furcsa.
Because at least that lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you.
Egyáltalán honnan van nekik ilyen hangfelvételük?
Looking out
Ez
from
először.
your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about
Ezek a
something else.
festmények.
I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, doctor, because
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Jó, nem tudom, hogy ez milyen hosszú, de én ezt nem várom meg. Gyerünk, ott van a Barry.
Barry? Ow! About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah.
Engedni.
I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells...
Na. Nézzük csak, mit találunk itt.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie, and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah,
Oh.
well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go! Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Ez most egy kicsit hangos volt.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach. The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Az ablak? Nem? Ez se? Nem akarok bemenni. Gyerünk, nyisd már ki! Mi van? Nyolgatnom kellene. Gyerünk! Menjél már! Mit csinálsz? Jaj, ne! Francba.
I'd like to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
De hol menjek? Vagy mi van? Nem nagyon értem. Mi van?
The presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Gyerünk! Mondott valamit az ellen, csak nem vettem észre.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Ó, tehát akkor föl kellene mennem, mi? Igen, ott van az a lámpa, valószínűleg azt kell bekapcsolnom. Jó. Ez az. Na. Jó. Fasza. Azt nem kerültem. Vedd föl. Jó, akkor felhasználom. Azért.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer, That was what most of these people were in need of anyway.
Na. Nem jó. Akkor hova? De nem. Ne! Nem áll! Hagyd békén! Jó van, megyek. Ó, ott van egy termosz. Na? Ó, rendben, megyek már. Többi nem érdekel. Ha van itt is valami.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
Jó, rendben.
Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
Ne. Most merre? Ne. De az, hogy nincs jó formán semmi sem. Ne. Macskén, nem veszem észre a fákjákat, vagy mi van? Jó, rendben van. Hát szerintem egy részre ennyi elég lesz. Én köszönöm, hogy velem tartottatok, és sziasztok!